The 4 shadow supply chain nodes that keep you fed when ports freeze. Picture your city on day 3 of a port slowdown turning into a port stop. The shelves don't empty dramatically. They empty quietly. First, the weird gaps. Then no cooking oil. Then no diapers. Then, purchase limits, which is just rationing with better branding. Most people blame supply chain issues like it's weather. You're not most people. You're going to map the actual physical nodes where freight re-enters your region when the coast chokes, and where it still moves when retail turns into a riot. I pulled public rail layers, federal freight definitions, and inland waterway navigation data. Then cross-checked it against what satellite imagery shows you for free. 4 nodes. Each one is a real interface: rail spurs, inland intermodal terminals, river bulk terminals, and legacy wholesalers. Each one has a named mechanism, an executable recon protocol, and a cost the herd won't pay. And the last node on this list, the one the allocation system hides behind accounts and terms, is the one most people never even learn exists. Wait for it. Geography isn't your prep, it's your permission slip. If your location can't touch freight, your pantry is just a countdown timer. The enemy isn't chaos. It's herd predictability plus brittle routing. The herd funnels into consumer shelves because that's the only interface they understand. Meanwhile, the real distribution system keeps moving through boring industrial interfaces, with gates, schedules, and contracts, until the very last moment. I filtered these nodes with 4 criteria. 1. Verifiable physical interface you can see on satellite, tracks, cranes, tanks, docks. 2. A named federal or state mapping source you can pull in 15 minutes. FRA layers, FHWA definitions, USACE navigation data, state.freight plans. 3. A real throughput function, containers, bulk, or case logistics. Not vibes. 4. A trade-off with teeth, visibility, regulation, access friction, or seasonal shutdown risk. Most people prep like shoppers. You're going to prep like a systems reader. 4 nodes cleared. Here they are. Number 1. The County Rail Spur, the Backdoor Ramp. It's not a train track. It's a private loading interface the retail grid can't control. A Class 1 main line is loud. Everyone can see it. The back door is the industrial fragment hanging off it. The County Rail Spur nobody thinks about until trucks stop showing up. Do the math. Class 1 freight railroads operate about 94,000 route miles per AAR. Your advantage isn't owning that. It's exploiting the last mile spurs and sidings that still touch that backbone when retail distribution gets throttled. Pull the FRA rail GIS layers. Overlay county parcel, assessor maps. Then confirm on satellite. You're hunting active, not historic. Shiny railhead, cleared ballast, switch stands not buried, recent tire tracks, parked covered hoppers or tank cars, dock doors pointed at the track. A truck scale house. That's not a train track. It's a private loading interface. Build a 50-mile rail catchment ring around your home. List 10 spur-served facilities. Score them. Food or feed, fuel, packaging, storage volume, fencing and gates, access roads and choke points, and whether the operation can run dark on its own generators. Now the trade-off. A spur doesn't mean you buy off the train. You position to trade with, or work for, farm co-ops, mills, and warehouses when their outbound trucking gets rationed. A spur is a single point. Your real leverage appears where spurs cluster into an inland port-style ecosystem. Number 2. The rail intermodal inland port, the container constriction valve. It's not a seaport alternative. It's where seaport freight gets rerouted inland before panic hits you. This is where the container world exhales. Quietly. Away from the coast. While the herd is refreshing news alerts, containers are already being pushed inland by rail to a place built to drain congestion. FWA hands you the definition. An inland port is an inland extension of one or more seaports connected by rail service. That's the mechanism. Maritime containers don't disappear when ports freeze. They get rerouted, staged, and fought over inland. Intermodal is about lifts, cranes and stackers moving containers between rail cars and chassis. Find the terminal serving your region and you find the point where import-dependent goods try to re-enter domestic trucking. Your protocol is executable. Pull your state.freight plan. Cross-check with terminal operator maps and railroad terminal maps. Then draw a 10 to 20 mile radius of influence around the terminal. Big box DCs, pallet yards, drayage companies, chassis pools, industrial parks. A Midwest trucker put it plainly. When the coast locks up, the fight moves inland. Whoever has drayage and a yard wins. Here's the trade-off. These nodes are high visibility. They get prioritized by large contracts. You won't outbid corporations. Your edge is proximity plus relationships plus knowing where secondary flows spill out, damaged freight, rework, overages, odd lots, packaging, pallets. Intermodal handles containers. Your daily life runs on bulk. Fuel, fertilizer, grain, chemicals. Number 3. The river bulk terminal, the silent sustenance spine. It's not old infrastructure. It's the bulk backbone that still feeds regions when ships and trucks choke. Most people think river terminal means museum-era commerce. Wrong category. That's not old infrastructure. That's a calories and fuel pipeline built for ugly necessities, U.S. Inland waterways move cargo at national scale, hundreds of millions of tons annually, per U.S. Army Corps of Engineers navigation statistics. That's not boutique logistics. That's metabolism. Barges are efficiency machines. Huge tonnage per tow, low fuel per ton mile. When diesel gets rationed and trucking capacity collapses, barge plus rail becomes survivable freight geometry. Your protocol is simple and cold. Identify public river terminals, grain elevators on navigable rivers, petroleum terminals, and fertilizer nodes. Use USACE navigation and channel maps, then state port authority directories. Now add the multiplier, rail adjacency. A terminal that is both river-served and rail-served is an apex node. Recon queues don't lie. Tank farms, loading arms, conveyor galleries, covered hopper railcars, barge fleeting areas, truck-scale houses. These aren't warehouses, they're throughput machines. Pay the trade-off up front. River nodes are geographically constrained and seasonally vulnerable. Flood stages, ice in some regions, lock outages. They're also regulated and security conscious around fuel and chemicals. Bulk keeps production alive. But you still need the off-retail distribution layer that breaks cases and moves product without consumer shelves. That's next. 3 nodes mapped, 1 blind spot left. You've got the physical arteries now. The rail spur backdoor, the inland port pressure valve, the river terminal bulk spine. The herd stops at empty shelves, because that's the only interface they've ever used. The last node is different. It's not steel and water. It's access, dock schedules, credit terms, customer accounts, and route delivery. That's where allocation hides. That's where you either become a known quantity or you become irrelevant. The Legacy Wholesaler Network, the off-retail grid distributor. It's not steel and water. It's access, dock schedules, credit terms, customer accounts, and route delivery. Most people think food moves farm to factory to store. That's retail mythology. Real food moves through boring, gated buildings with 5 a.m. dock appointments, route trucks, and invoices that decide who eats first. Remember what I teased up front? The node the allocation system hides behind, accounts, and terms. This is it. The Legacy Wholesaler Network. When ports freeze and retail turns into rationing, wholesalers don't run out. They reallocate. They protect contract customers. And they quietly keep moving product off retail, even while the herd fights over the last cereal box. Your structural advantage is simple. Wholesalers are built to break bulk into cases and deliver on routes. That's the function grocery shelves depend on, but it doesn't require a grocery store. Your recon protocol is executable. Pull satellite and look for cross-dock geometry. Long, low buildings, dozens of dock doors, reefer trailer staging, and a yard full of day cabs. Then map the customers around it: restaurants, institutions, independent grocers, corner stores. Now the trade-off with teeth. You don't walk in and buy food. You pay the price of legitimacy: an account, net terms or prepay, minimum orders, and scheduled pickup windows. No account, no allocation. Period. A kitchen worker in a river city will tell you straight. When the shelves were bare, the route trucks still hit the back door. Just not for you. That's 4. Now run the pattern. Here's the pattern. Physical freight doesn't vanish when ports freeze. It reroutes to interfaces the herd never maps. Spur-served facilities, inland intermodal yards, river bulk terminals, and wholesalers that break cases and run routes. The public panics at the shelf because that's the only node they can touch. You position at the nodes that still touch throughput. Dark truth. Access is not a vibe. It's a gate. Gates are controlled by schedules, contracts, and security. If you don't pay the legitimacy cost before the freeze, you pay the famine premium after. Do this today. Pull the FRA rail layer and mark every active spur within 50 miles. Find your nearest intermodal terminal and draw a 20-mile ring of drayage yards and DCs. Open USACE navigation maps and tag every bulk terminal with rail adjacency. Then identify the cross-dock wholesalers and figure out what it takes to become a known quantity. Geography doesn't take bribes either.